Now, Surabhi Hodigere, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst. He speaks against the BJP on this particular issue. Welcome to you both. Surabhi, let's kick it off. It isn't uncommon, not unheard of for one state to try and help another. But the BJP's contention is that this is a question of priorities. We've been reporting as well, that there are deep financial issues being suffered in Karnataka. We've heard about the BBMP having to, use assets as collateral to raise thousands of crores for basic infrastructure projects. The government appears to be struggling to fulfill some of its guarantees as well that brought it to power in the election last year. So what exactly are you saying to the government at this point of time? My deepest apologies to our viewers. I think we've just lost that link with Surabhi. We'll bring her back in. Syed Asad Abbas, Syed, let me kick it off with you in that case. The fact is, nobody thinks that there's anything wrong with one state helping another. In fact, it's a good thing to do, to try and help a place in need. Wayanad has had a terrible disaster. If help is required, it's a good thing that Siddaramaiah, personally, I feel, is offering that help. But it's come down to a question of priorities, and his priority should be to the people of Karnataka. His own MLAs are saying there is simply no money for infrastructure or anything else in the state of Karnataka.
Firstly, let me quote the BJP MLA CT Ravi Sahab, who said that Manvatya ki baat hai, humanitarian basis, it's a good thing. Well, BJP should appreciate this. Had it been a BJP state as well, Karnataka government would do the same. And we are talking about 100 houses. These are not worth lavish mansions, worth thousands of crores. No, these are going to be for those who lost their livelihoods. And it's on humanitarian basis. Now, when we speak, has the Karnataka government got the rightfulness for the people of Karnataka, the Kannadigas? Yes, sir. Over the last 1 year, the Karnataka government has spent 52,000 crore in its welfare scheme. Not just that, Gruha Lakshmi, Congress government transfers 25,000 crores, sir.
No, but for every example that you're taking, Syed, there are examples where they are not able to meet those promises as well. That is also a reality.
Shiv Saab, let me tell you, yes, let me agree on your show and admit and concede to you, yes, the Karnataka government is indeed facing huge financial problems. There are no doubts about it. But the fact of the matter, the 5 promises, the 5 guarantees, the 5 schemes, as we speak, exist till this date. It is costing the state.
I want to take the issues one at a time. Surabhi is back with us. Surabhi, Syed says that the humanitarian gesture towards Wayanad is a pittance. It's going to be a very small sum of money. It's not going to have any earth-shaking effect if that doesn't happen. There are many other things happening in Karnataka. But what the BJP is saying is that it's a question of priority. Is that right?
Absolutely, it's a question of priorities, Shiv. The fact of the matter here is that Karnataka also has these sort of cases where humanitarian aid is of absolute requirement. Have they thought about the farmers that have committed suicide, who are undergoing distress? Have you thought about the women who recently lost their lives in Kalburgi because of negligence of medical staff in a government hospital? Everywhere there is this sort of humanitarian need. There is a reason why he is Chief Minister of Karnataka. There is a reason why this is government of Karnataka. Today, the people are mocking the government and the Chief Minister, saying that we have now 2 new DCM and CM for Kerala. We have loaned them from Karnataka. And I want to, come back to one thing super important, which is that, look, why is it that they're raising this exceptional amount of money, 19,000 crore for the tunnel road project, when expert after expert, person after person has said that this tunnel road project is only going to exacerbate the issue, it's not going to solve it? Where is the DPR? Has it been made public? There is no BBMP council sitting and voting on this. Who's taking these decisions without any consensus? That is what we should be asking as well. Yes, we are in a dire state of financial crisis. Your TV channel just now is showing that we are in a debt of 12,000. The revenue deficit has increased by 12,000 crores. There is a significant 17% increase in the debt burden from the previous year. There is low capital expenditure, high expenditure on revenues, high expenditure of the government in itself. If you're going to keep telling me it's the guarantees, it's the guarantees, it's the guarantees, is there no other state state government that has been able to do welfare economics with fiscal prudence? Why is it that fiscal prudence is lacking?
Syed, the argument is that at a time when the budgets are already stretched very thin, when the burden on state finances are visible to see, in large part also because of the guarantees granted, that the execution of the guarantees is taking place, it boils down to a matter of principle. You're arguing that it's not such a large sum of money, these are simple houses, etc. We actually, importantly, don't have a number as to what it will cost if Siddaramaiah is going to make this pledge towards Wayanad. But the BJP's point is, and I actually agree with this, which is when Karnataka has a huge amount of priority requirements, including its own distress in terms of drought, farmer suicides, etc., does Siddaramaiah have the luxury to look anywhere else but his own state? It's a question of propriety as well.
Shiv, it's very interesting how the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, my dear friend Surabhi, speaks of debt. Respected ma'am, let me ask you a quick quiz question. Are you even aware when BJP government under Baswaraj Bommai ji, you left the Congress government with a debt of rupees 3.5 lakh crore, ma'am? Is it a pittance amount? Is it a small amount? No. The fact of the matter, let me also tell you about your own alliance partner, former alliance partner of the AIA DMK, Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy, who said in the year 2014, when BJP came into power, the debt was only 55 lakh crore. But now, 10 years hence, it's 1,68,000 crore. Ma'am, show me one BJP state which is actually completely debt-free. Isn't there a fiscal deficit anywhere? These are states across the length and breadth of India. There are bound to be challenges. But show me one BJP state which is spending over 52,000 crore in any of its welfare schemes. Also, let me bring to your notice, ma'am, aren't you aware that here in Karnataka, we are one of the largest contributors of the GDP? Respected ma'am, let me give you quick figures. 8.2% of India's GDP comes from where? Karnataka, ma'am. Not just that. The 10% of major job producer in India is Karnataka.
So Syed, you're saying that Karnataka is not in a financial mess. It was the BJP that bequeathed the mess to the Congress party, and the Congress is doing the best it can. So Surabhi, how would you answer that? He's given you figures.
Syed Abbas, the unofficial figures of the Karnataka Congress. I'm glad that you brought up, the other states, especially the ones that are BJP previously allied states. Let me tell you about the two highest debt-ridden states in the country as of today, Punjab and Kerala, both India alliance partners, who have debt of about 40%. Now, the question here is not about is any other state not spending, is there no debt? So debt is not a bad thing. Even somebody in personal finance understands that you should be taking loans, but there are constraints. Any smart investor, any smart debt taker knows that there are constraints. That's exactly why the Finance Commission exists. That's exactly why different CAG institutions exist, to put that ceiling. Karnataka is, yes, you're very right. We contribute a significant amount to the national GDP pool, which we should be very proud of. And as a Bengalurian, I'm even more proud because 65% of that comes from the city of Bengaluru. But is it not my right to ask, what do I get back in return? What do I get back in return for the money being spent here? One second. I don't even want to indulge the Finance Commission argument because it's gone drilled deep into everybody's heads that the Finance Commission is not the government of India. The Finance Commission, the body that Siddaramaiah ji went and represented when he was Chief Minister before, did not put Karnataka's case in the proper way. Here's hoping that we don't get the wrong end of the stick again. Here's hoping they do a better job this time. The CM puts Karnataka's case front properly. The point of the matter here is that, yes, Bengaluru, Karnataka contributes significant GDP, significantly adds value to the country's progress, which is why we need to be more fiscally prudent and not callous about where we're investing our money. Let's not shy away from the fact, Shiv. I just want to end.
No, and also I want to ask just one
point, Shiv. I want to end with this point. Do not even tell me with a straight face that something about Wayanad, something about Kerala.
I was going to ask exactly that. I was going to ask that. Unfortunately, I don't have data with me over whether. I want to ask that. Is this a question of trying to please the bosses, Syed? I mean, I don't know what Mr. Siddaramaiah's past track record in his earlier stints as Chief Minister has been in terms of, pledging money or help of this kind to other states, including Kerala. I'm not aware of that. He may well have. I don't know that. But the fact that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and before that Rahul Gandhi are MPs from Wayanad, does that have something to do with it? The eagerness to, show support for Wayanad?
Shiva, I absolutely do not think so. Yeah, as a matter of fact, had it not been Wayanad, it would be Kochi, Koalam, Coimbatore, or any city, any neighboring city. I'm sure the BJP good friends have not learned something. Love thy neighbor, and they need to do that. We are talking about 100 houses for those who's lost their livelihood. Why can't they
No
do
doubt
that?
about
And
that.
I
Yeah.
absolutely do not think so that it's going to charge very big to the state exchequer. Now, my friend BJP spokesperson asked a very good question. What am I getting since Congress government into power? Ma'am, you as a woman of the state has got 3 crore plus free bus rides, ma'am, every single day. Every Karnataka woman gets the free bus rides. Ma'am, do you know how much it's worth? Several crores. Not just that, every diploma holder, Humanitarian scheme, ma'am, you get thousands of crores there. 52,000 crore the Karnataka government has spent. And what more does the BJP want? Show me one BJP state with this kind of welfare schemes. Show me one BJP state. And you speak of Revdi culture, ma'am. Are you even aware in the 2023 BJP manifesto there was you also spoke of Revdi, ma'am. You also promised of free milk 1 liter and 5 kg of rice, and you criticize Congress party.
Okay. Almost out of time. I'll give the last minute, Syed. Last minute I started with you, so I'll give the last minute to Surabhi. Go ahead. Final comment, Surabhi.
Thank you so much for saying love thy neighbor, but Syed, it's not love thy neighbor at the expense of your own family. I don't think any sensible person in this house does that, in this world does that. In terms of the guarantees, hang on. Let me get my minute. Don't be scared of my argument. Shiv, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, Surabhi gets the last minute, Syed. Come on.
Look. The fact of the matter here is that you throw the guarantees at everything. Why is it that the Congress MLAs and the MPs themselves are saying, please stop the guarantees? Why is it that the chief economic advisor to the chief minister is saying that this is untenable, this is going to drain our wealth? Nobody is saying that welfareism is not good. We require that as a country. But prudence, fiscal prudence, that is what is going to take us into the next decade. Please be aware of that. And don't lie to the people when you say that we have been able to give so much. When Bengaluru is in a dire situation of roads being in a mess, when there are potholes everywhere, we are drowning when there is a flood, we are in drought when there is no rains. And then you put a tunnel in between all of this, the water is going to go into the tunnel. That is what is going to happen. Person after person is saying that don't build tunnels in the city. That is not the solution. Public transport is where you make the investment. Why are you
I'm going to take the last word.
And instead going towards, and Shiv, I'll answer your question. You asked us, where is it that has the chief minister done anything like this towards Kerala? When an elephant crossed from Karnataka to Kerala, and there was an unfortunate incident.
I remember
Karnataka government had the responsibility to give compensation, a huge compensation for an elephant that went from Karnataka to Kerala.
Okay, I'm out of time.
But we can't support our farmers, we can't support our pregnant women, we can't support any of the drought-ridden families, we can't support the
I'm completely out of time.
In Karnataka.
Okay, I'm completely out of time. Syed, you will have to understand, I'm completely out of time, but I just want to end by saying,
you need to give me 10 seconds.
As someone from Karnataka, I'm very happy that my state politicians are fighting over state finances, which is very different from what's happening in Parliament, as I showed our viewers at the beginning of this show. So let me say with a sense of irony that I'm actually proud that the people of Karnataka are fighting over state finances and priorities. It's a healthy debate to have. Syed and Surabhi, thank you very much for being with me on 5 Live.